Welcome to our video on World War II, the complete story. This was not just a conflict, it was the most devastating war in human history, involving over 100 million people from more than 30 countries. Let's start with the backdrop. By the early 1930s, tensions were rising across Europe and Asia. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended World War I, left many countries dissatisfied, especially Germany. Economic instability, particularly the Great Depression, led to political extremism, with Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party gaining power in Germany in 1933. In 1939, Germany invaded Poland, triggering the start of World War II. The invasion was swift, with the Polish army overwhelmed in just weeks. On September 1, 1939, Germany's attack on Poland led Britain and France to declare war on Germany, marking the beginning of a global conflict. By 1940, the German Blitzkrieg, Lightning War, had brought rapid victories across Europe. Denmark and Norway fell in April, and by June, France was defeated. In a matter of weeks, Nazi Germany controlled much of Western Europe, forcing the British to face the reality of war alone. In 1941, the war took a dramatic turn. In June, Hitler broke the non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union and launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest military operation in history. Over 3 million German soldiers crossed into the Soviet Union, setting the stage for one of the bloodiest fronts of the war. Meanwhile, in the Pacific, Japan was expanding its empire. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on the United States Pacific Fleet at Pearl Harbor. This attack led the US to declare war on Japan, officially entering World War II. The US soon found itself at war with Germany as well, after Hitler declared war on the US on December 11, 1941. The war was fought on multiple fronts, with key battles marking pivotal moments. In 1942, the Battle of Midway turned the tide in the Pacific, with the US Navy delivering a crushing blow to the Japanese fleet. The Battle of Stalingrad, fought from 1942 to 1943, was a turning point in the European theater. The Soviet Red Army encircled and defeated the German Sixth Army, marking the first major defeat for Hitler's forces. In North Africa, British and American forces defeated German Field Marshal Erwin Rommel's Afrika Korps, leading to the Allied invasion of Italy in 1943. This was part of a broader strategy to weaken the Axis powers by attacking them from multiple directions. The year 1944 saw one of the most famous military operations of World War II, D-Day. On June 6, 1944, over 156,000 Allied troops landed on the beaches of Normandy, France, in a daring assault that marked the beginning of the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi control. While the Allies advanced in Europe, the Pacific Front was also witnessing significant victories. The Battle of Leyte Gulf, in 1944, was the largest naval battle in history, resulting in the near destruction of Japan's navy. The US also retook islands across the Pacific, inching closer to Japan. In 1945, the end of the war became imminent. The Allied forces had successfully invaded Germany from both the west and the east. On April 30, 1945, Adolf Hitler committed suicide in his Berlin bunker, and Germany surrendered unconditionally on May 7, 1945, marking the end of the war in Europe. However, the war in the Pacific raged on. The US dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. These bombings led to Japan's surrender on August 15, 1945, and World War II officially ended on September 2, 1945, with the signing of the Japanese instrument of surrender aboard the USS Missouri. World War II caused an estimated 70 to 85 million deaths, making it the deadliest conflict in human history. The war also had far-reaching consequences. It led to the establishment of the United Nations, aimed at preventing future global conflicts. The aftermath of the war also saw the beginning of the Cold War, as the US and the Soviet Union emerged as the world's two superpowers. The war also left Europe in ruins, leading to the division of Germany into East and West. This division would remain in place for nearly half a century until the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. In the Pacific, Japan and other Axis nations faced significant rebuilding, while the US emerged as a global leader. The effects of the war were not limited to Europe and Asia. World War II reshaped global politics, economics, and society in ways that are still felt today. Many of the technological advancements made during the war had a lasting impact, including the development of nuclear weapons, radar, and jet engines. The war also spurred the civil rights movements in the US and other nations, as people began questioning the racial and social inequalities that were prevalent during the war years. One of the darkest aspects of World War II was the Holocaust, the systematic genocide of 6 million Jews, as well as millions of others, including Romani people, disabled individuals, and political dissidents, by Nazi Germany. This atrocity remains a central part of the legacy of the war and serves as a powerful reminder of the dangers of unchecked hatred and intolerance. As we reflect on World War II, it is crucial to remember the lessons it teaches us about the value of peace, diplomacy, and the importance of standing up against oppression and injustice. The war's legacy continues to shape international relations, defense policies, and the way nations interact with each other. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the complete story of World War II. We hope this video has given you a deeper understanding of the global conflict that changed the course of history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more educational content on historical events that shaped the world.